Thanks for tuning in to Barbershop Sports Talk.
Now, I'm ready to call the Bills the best team in the AFC through 3, 4 games. Am I crazy? Is this a homer pick? Is this fandom? Because we're talking about blowing out the Miami Dolphins, a 10-win team last year. We're talking about, and let me also preface this: it's hard to blow out teams in the NFL. Like, there's a reason why in Vegas all these games are like 7 points, because the NFL is a possession league. This is in college football. They blew out the Dolphins, 10-win team last year. They blow out the Washington football team, a playoff team last year. And then they beat a scrappy Houston Texans team that was semi-competitive at points with the Cleveland Browns. They blew out the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the Panthers didn't blow them out like this. So, and also, again, to beat a team in the NFL 40-0 is extremely impressive. I don't care how bad you are. So, Bills, best team in the AFC?
Totally best team in the AFC. I had them number 2 in the power rankings coming into this week. So it was very clear. This is one of the fallacies of reacting after week 1. I know there's only 1 week. That's all there is to discuss. But it's very clear that game was a fluke. Buffalo and Pittsburgh, both teams have gone in completely different right now in the AFC. They're really getting it going. They came in, I think, leading the NFL in point differential, a very important stat. That's a very good predictive indicator of where you're going to be at. They're going to enhance that today. They were plus 40 today or something. Was it 40-0 today, Darryl?
Yes.
Yeah, plus 40. They were plus 35 against Miami. This is the best team in the AFC, but I think it was their defense today. They came into the week, too. I think number 2 in defensive DVOA. So their defense is really getting going, and it's been pretty solid the entire year. You minus that punt return block for a touchdown, Bills might have been 4-0. But this is the best team right now in the AFC, and they're rolling right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, and again, I want to stress this, Kenny, and you've been around some bad Cleveland Browns teams, like during the Sashi Wars, even when the Browns were as bad as they were. Did the Browns ever lose 40-0? Like, how many times did that happen?
Yeah, I do not believe so. They usually played somewhat hard, but
because I just want to say this again. Yeah. Like, beating an NFL team 40-0 is insane. Like, that's not normal. And I don't care how bad that team is. I don't care. I don't care how bad that team is.
Defensively, only I think they gave up 80 yards of offense only today. I think it was 80 yards of offense, but they 109. You got some light, but I mean they had Davis Mills today. Leslie Frazier had Davis Mills on a string, just toying with him today. But I was really impressed with this. Like I said, even throughout the entire year so far, this Buffalo Bills defense, and another kind of a weak point of the Bills team coming into the year and for a couple of weeks was distributing the carries to at least be a threat, take some pressure off Josh Allen from running the football, but they're really finding a rhythm. That combination with Singletary and Moss, they're getting a lot of carries, but they're being efficient with those carries too. So now they're getting 10 to 15 carries, and they're being ahead of the sticks. They're averaging 4 or 5 yards a carry. So this is now a running threat too. And I think both of them, while probably not the most talented, both of them together really complement each other well.
And I want to give some props to the Bills' offensive line. After their putrid performance against the Pittsburgh Steelers, those guys up front have really stepped up. And we're talking about 40 carries for 200 yards. That's grown man football, Kenny. That's we are tougher than you, we are more physical than you, and we are going to exert our will on you. And oh, by the way, we still have a freak of nature in Josh Allen who can just do crazy stuff out of nowhere. Where you have him sacked, he gets out of it, and then he throws a 20-yard laser down the field to Stephon Diggs. We have that too.
And there's also been an emergence. There's also been an emergence in the Bills' passing game with Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox, he's going to be he's a tight end on an offense that scores a lot of points. He's going to ultimately get his. He has a chance to really turn out a nice season, maybe catch between 6 to 8 touchdowns. That's going to be a threat that they really didn't have too much of last year. They're really dependent on 3 receivers. They still got 3 receivers, but they also have an emergence in Dawson Knox. And he came out of Ole Miss a little raw, coming into his own.